Okay, y'all, what is good, everyone? It's your boy JJ That Dude, and I am back on some. Well, it's actually a new weird video, but someone had also had asked me about this thing, so I'm going to talk about it right now. So it was about Total Drama reboot, the season two. I've already lived season one, but people wanted to know my opinions about season two and how did I like season two. So I want to talk about it though. So I want to talk about Total Drama reboot season two. But of course, I'll say season one was okay in my opinion, but season two, in my opinion, was a little bit weird and a little wonky. But oh yeah, let me say this though. If y'all want to hear my opinion about season one, let me know in the comments. I'll have to look at it and then explain my opinion from there. But for right now, let's just get into season two. So yeah, I have my said disagreements about the said show with what things they have done dirty. So for example, Scary Girl was done completely dirty. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Which I know some don't like her, some do like her, but I was one of the people that actually was interested in knowing more about her because she had a thing going on with Damien. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like we could have seen some more dynamics with Damien and Scary Girl, or Lauren, if you will. But she got voted out the first thing, which was actually surprising to me because I thought Chase would be first eliminated. But I guess to be fair, I guess it's technically better than Chase being up top five or something for some dumb reason. But yeah, I felt like Scary Girl was low-key done dirty. Now, Emma, in my opinion, was low-key done dirty. Not dirty, done dirty. But I would say it like this, though. Damien, I ain't gonna lie, but hold up. I'm gonna say this clear-throating with this pause. Damien was the most done dirty character of all sports entertainment when it comes to total drama. Almost more than Lashana. Almost done worse than Lashana. Almost. Lashana got it the worst out of every total drama character. And I think every one of us can agree with that when it came to total drama in general. But this is just, my bad. That's just, total drama reboot. Not total drama island, so let me not go all into that. But no, I mean, whether Damien and Scary Girl were low-key dating or whether they were, just good friends that had their funny moments, like how Wayne and Raj could have been, I feel like that could have been a weird part of it. But apparently, it did not happen like that. And then Caleb and Priya. I'm sorry, but that thing was a dumpster fire. Which, don't get me wrong, it just took so long for it to display out. And I'm very surprised why it took that long. Like, why would it and why did it take so long? Because that's absolutely ridiculous. So, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was very disgusted and very disappointed with how that went out. Because, I'm gonna be honest with you. The moment where Damon got kicked out was, I think, the whole memory game thing. Literally, I felt like Damien just got done dirty from that whole thing. And Lily Priya should have been kicked out and voted out. I'm sorry. And I know it's because, they don't want to vote out her out. And they want to vote out Priya. Which, I'm sorry. They should have voted out Priya, honestly. Literally, Priya already been in the whole thing. Kick her out. We did not need no more Priya. Priya and Caleb could have settled their things here and there, and it could have been an easy said case scenario. But nope, didn't want to do it apparently. But okay, there's another one that got done dirty, which was MK. Which literally, and I know this might be a very weird opinion out of all retrospect, but let me say it like this. MK, in my opinion, was the more smarter villain than her. And of course, I feel like MK should have been her season, and then season 3 could have been, Julia's season. But they kind of force fed us Julia, so I'm not fully mad at that. Even though she had her plot armor things like how Heather did. But here's my thing. I at least respected Heather's thing because it was just Heather. Heather was just the greatest villain. And don't get me wrong, Julia is a great villain as well. Not like, Heather, of course. But I can't say much about Heather yet until that time actually happens for it. So I can say that at least. But she was forced down our throats, and I will heavily pause on me saying that, though. And the characters that I felt, got annoying was kind of... Here's my thing about this person is that and let me have this as a spoiler alert. So I'm letting that be known that this is a spoiler alert. And I'm gonna just I'm gonna say have it up here, and I'm gonna give y'all like 10 seconds if y'all want to bypass it. Go from there, and go from there. If you haven't looked at the whole thing, I'm gonna be honest. I wouldn't look at my ranting thing. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is about the whole entire thing though. But to be fair, the video is not gonna be as long, or if it's long, you're just going to just see Overwatch gameplay, honestly, just so y'all have something going for you. So yeah. Anyway, moving on from there. Wayne I'm sorry, Wayne should not have been the top three. I feel like Raj could have been that, unless Julia said, "Oh yeah, that guy's the more biggest threat." Raj could be the biggest threat. Literally, Wayne was like the biggest, dumbest person of all times. Because literally, Loki, he was the weakest character, and I guess that's why you would want to keep him because he's the weakest character. Fair point. But here's my thing about it, though, is that it made absolutely no sense for that person to have made it that far up in the thing, and that just happens. Like, bro, what? And I know someone's gonna be like, "Oh, but what about Owen?" Owen kind of had the exact same thing where he wasn't the best guy, but I mean, he was doing his. But I mean, he made it out, and he was funny. He was likable. Yeah, here's my thing though. Owen was way more likable and way more funny, in my opinion, than daggone, Wayne and all that stuff. I'm just keeping it in the buck. I'm just keeping it in the buck. Because Wayne was just on a different level of dumb. But hey, look, he had his funny moments. Don't get me wrong, he had his funny moments. But I just felt like he shouldn't have, made it the top three and actually won it. Which, don't get me wrong. There's Julia and then there's Caleb. And who would you want to win? Caleb, or would you want Dago and Julia to win? Honestly, I would not want. I would have preferred Julia to win if that was the case. In my opinion. Because that way we would not have to deal with the Fire Fest that is daggone the you-know-what of the epitome of all this nonsense. That's what we had to deal with, which was absolutely terrible, in my opinion. That was absolutely terrible, in my opinion, was Wayne winning that thing. And even though logic just goes out the complete window, and do not get me wrong, y'all, do not get me wrong. I respect Wayne as a competitor, but I don't feel like he should have won. And I know some people might say, "Oh no, he deserved that. He was goated," saying he deserved that win and all the other stuff. Which I'm not gonna be all like, "Oh yeah, he didn't deserve the win completely." But in my opinion, I don't think that it should have been a thing where he actually won. That's just me though. But yeah, anyway, let's just keep it going with the whole bathroom thing. Which I'll probably have some scenes in there just to have it in there, with like, for example, like Wayne with the whole bathroom thing, which I might have like a regular video clip thing in there just to make it, be a little funny, have some little things in there here and there and go on from there. And then here's my thing about it, but I need to talk about Julia because no offense, I mean, well, not even no offense, but Julia I will agree, was a great manipulative villain. And it's better than the Mal incident where Mal is just brokenly overpowered and literally just does everything to its own abilities to cook. And like I said, I really felt like Julia just had so much plot armor, it was ridiculous though. Like I said, Heather had plot armor, but guess what? I mean, I could understand why Heather had plot armor. And plus, here's my thing about it. With Priya. Priya won the whole thing. Which is why I was mad about Priya being up there so far up, like top 5 even. I think she was like top 5, if not top 6 about. Which absolutely made no sense whatsoever. She shouldn't have been made it that far up. I'm just going to keep it a buck. But anyway, moving on from that. But I won't say that she doesn't deserve it because honestly, even though I do agree that Julia was a great villain and all that stuff, and I felt like MK should have probably made top 3 instead of Julia. I knew that they were going to let Julia win it, honestly. I just kind of felt, I was like, yeah, Julia's going to win it. But the whole thing with Damien, with the whole ceremony thing where he hides the idol right in there was the most dumbest thing. You would think a scientist would have more brains than Damien did. But apparently Damien's brain was thinking this. Oh no, idol? Idol need to go here. Idol go in ceremony. So that Julia gets it. Even though we didn't even get, it was an off-scene thing. We didn't even get the thing where Julia literally was, I don't know, trying to get the idol. We didn't get none of that. We didn't get none of that stuff, which is actually insane. And I don't know why the heck we didn't get no kind of scene with Julia, looking or seeing it. Literally, we just know that Julia just did it off screen, which was absolutely ridiculous. Julia should have at least done something on screen rather than off screen, which is the main concern that I have about these off screen things. Is that, bro, we don't know anything, and all of a sudden now they just get it. Like, bro, no, that's absolutely garbage. No offense. And oh, don't get me started with Damien just getting taken away by bees, and then that means he just can't compete no more. Which at that moment I knew they were going to do Damien dirty, and I didn't think they were going to do him dirty, but they did him dirty. He was that guy. Literally, the guy didn't know what to do. He didn't want to compete. Now all of a sudden he wants to compete. Now he wants to go out there to get the $1 million. He had the best option, in my opinion. If he had survived, he would have been fan favorite because there was 4 to 5 fan favorite characters. There was either Scary Girl, there was Damien, there was I'm trying to think. I'm sorry, I'm trying to think. Scary Girl, okay, Damien, Z. Z would have been another fan favorite for some other person. Maybe Raj, and maybe even Julia, just because Julia was a great villain in my opinion, which literally should have been a thing that happened, but apparently not. But who knows? I guess they didn't care enough about that. But oh yeah, and let's also start with Priya. If y'all forgot about Priya literally was out there when the whole memory thing happened. She went out there, did a whole drop kick on Julia, was out there throwing hands on her, doing all that da 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 nonsense. And oh, guess what happens? Oh my goodness, Julia didn't have to touch anything, and guess what? It was literally, oh my goodness, Priya's thing. Whoa, oh my goodness, that's so terribly ridiculous that plot armor just went to in different other ways. Which, by the way, Julia did deserve that beating. And if I show it on clip, I'll show it on clip gladly. Which I'm glad they're gonna do that, but y'all gotta have to wait on that thing. But anyway, moving on from that. But I felt like they could have done the little scene a little bit better and let Priya got voted off, and then Caleb, Dwayne, and Raj, and then going off there. Then it could have been voted out for maybe Wayne, maybe Raj. I would have been fine if they got rid of Raj, even though maybe Raj got voted out because of that. And then Wayne, Damien, and then Caleb, and then Priya's there. Then, not Priya, but Julia. I'm stupid. I literally just said Priya. Okay, Julia, Caleb, Wayne, and or Raj, which I'll even take Wayne, and then Damien. And then, out of nowhere, Caleb could have got eliminated. And then it could have been Damien, Julian, and then Wayne. And honestly, if Damien or Julia had won, I would not have been mad. Because then I actually wanted to actually see some history between them. Because I think all the main ones that were out there trying to box like that was Priya and then straight up Damien when it came to her. When it came to Julia. And I feel like that would have been a great thing to have. I mean, Wayne was just dumb as bricks, so I don't even think he was really going to do much anyway. But like, there were so many opportunities and chances that could have happened, and it didn't happen for some reason. And I was very just disgusted by that. But I did want, to be fair, I would have preferred MK to have been the true villain. But I mean, hey, let's keep it moving. And I want to talk about how Priya made it so far. And before someone go out there and they're going to say, oh, Duncan did the same thing in action. Here is the thing. And even though he's around top, here's the thing about it. In Island, he was top 4. In action, he was top 2. And either he wins or he loses. That was fine. Because guess what? He didn't win that season. He didn't win that season against them. He literally lost because, they picked the better threat to deal with, which was Duncan rather than Owen. And it was between Owen and then Gwen and Heather at that time. Like, literally. Who are you going to vote out? The big, fat, lovable guy that everyone can just probably beat in his sleep? Unless it comes to food competitions? Or are you going to get rid of the guy that can actually beat your tail up and actually can knock you some sense into you? Like, of course you're going to pick literally to get rid of Duncan. Like, come on now. And I'm being honest, that bad thing shouldn't have happened. That shouldn't even have one thing. But look, I'm going to let it slide and moving on because we're not talking about total drama action. We're talking about total drama reboot. Anyway, let us keep it going. So, I mean, and the whole thing about everyone being complete dum-dums or idiots, if you will. Literally, when literally Julia, by the way, let's get it out the way, where everyone did not think about anything. Which, by the way, I want y'all to notice, Damien is a scientist. Julia and Caleb, I think, are like university students or something. I forgot fully. But they're supposed to be smart or have some common sense at least. You would think they would have common sense. Raj, I understand you don't have common sense. Wayne definitely don't have no common sense. So I understand why he didn't get none. So on and so forth. But I want y'all to know that they're supposed to be really smart. Those three right there, Damien, Julia, and Caleb, are supposed to be smart. See through the whole thing. Especially when, by the way, did they forget about the whole Nichelle thing where Julia got mad and tried to get Nichelle out of there? Did we forget about that? Did they forget about the season one where literally Julia was betrayed by Bowie and stuff, and Julia was on her nonsense, and she just let her other side come free? Did they just let the Heather 2.0 just come out of nowhere and just handle that? Like, what? Which, by the way, they got rid of Nichelle, by the way. A strong off-brand player. And if y'all don't know what I mean by that, pretty much she was literally off screen. You didn't really get much to know about her character, nothing. And usually when that happens, you're not really going to win. The person that's off, yeah, you're not going to win. Which was the main concern of my gripes with Nichelle, is that I felt like Nichelle could have been high, but it's just the fact that no one else absolutely was trying to do the other thing and try to get her up. But I mean, she was the more dangerous competitor out there of the bunch, other from Priya, because there was Priya and then there's Nichelle. Those two could have been fighting out for who was the better competitor when it comes to, those challenges, the matchable challenges, which, by the way, didn't have any complainings or any concern about. It's just a thing that just honestly happened. But yeah, and yeah, you just knew she was just getting the boot. Like, I just knew it by that moment it happened. I was like, yeah, she getting booted. And then, literally, I'm sorry, but literally, someone had dumb brain cells was like, oh, maybe this girl's alright. No one thinks that Julia's a threat. Literally, and look, here's my thing. Even with the whole cheating thing with, oh yeah, by the way, MK who cheated, by the way, oh yeah, guess what? Bowie was the main one doing the cheating, apparently. Da da da. Literally, you're gonna believe Julia over. You're gonna believe Julia over. And don't get me wrong, Bowie was literally a dangerous threat. He was a dangerous threat. But come on, like let's keep it a buck. Who in the right minds, and let's be honest, who in their right minds is not going to think that Priya had something to do with it? Not Priya, but that Julia or MK had something to do with it. They didn't think, oh yeah, both of them are a mess. They're dangerous to deal with, and they didn't think about handling it. Hilarious though. And then I want y'all to also know this as well, which I wish hopefully I can show y'all this, but if I can. But pretty much, Julia, or Priya herself, by the way, okay, so let me explain, because that way it don't seem stupid, but there's a time where, Priya was getting talked to by Julia, and Julia was talking to Caleb as well, about a certain thing. Now, of course, I don't know what that certain thing was. Oh, guess what? Oh, it was about relationship. Oh, they both should be trying to get to know each other, like each other, have the whole thing going out together. This is when Z, by the way, mentioned that, oh yeah, hey, this guy didn't like you because of, you. He just wanted to have an alliance going on. He admits the truth. I mean, he always keeps it real, which I appreciate a man that keeps it real. But then all of a sudden, guess what happens, y'all? Guess what daggone happens? Oh yeah, Julia comes in the way, and literally, Priya herself, in the, like the, confessionals or whatever, literally admits that Julia is a manipulative person. So you would think if a person is manipulative, that you would not want to most likely listen to them because they can instantly, take advantage of you, right? Right? Apparently not, because she agreed and said, you know what? I'm gonna follow this advice. I'm gonna be cold. I'm gonna do exactly what you say, Julia, and messed everything up, which was ridiculous. And Caleb, respectfully, I understand why he did it because, like I said, he had to in order to stay with Priya and to do our thing. No, and apparently for some reason, nope. Apparently it ain't it, Chief. Apparently it just ain't it. And of course, we just get done dirty. I'm just gonna keep it a bug. It just gets done dirty. But even though Priya should have been eliminated, and I'm not even mad because Priya should have been eliminated, and they kept her out for so long, which would have been honestly a lose-lose. So I wasn't mad at Caleb on that. And then Priya, we all know Priya's competitive, but bro, I want to talk about near close to the end where literally she gets so mad. And I mean, she gets so mad that she really wants Julia dead. Like, bro. And look, I'm sorry, Priya crazy. I'm sorry. She one of them crazy girls that I'd be afraid to be around or date or anything in general. Cause bro, this girl, and I mean literally this girl, was out there throw a whole boulder at a man because of a misunderstanding and not even letting him actually talk. Like, bro, I'm sorry, but that relationship, the moment I saw that, I would have been dipping. I'm sorry, I would have been dipping. And she literally said, "Hey, you can go ahead and breathe and rest when we win the game and get the $1 million." Like, Priya, you're not doing the competition unless I see you doing all the carrying. Which, by the way, you're not doing it because you didn't win. You were at top 5, about top 4, about. You should have been got kicked out. I don't know why your dad on anything. Like, I don't know how long why she was standing there. But hey, feelings don't matter. Ain't that right, Julia? Julia out there just saying her thing, laughing. Like, who cares about feelings when you got $1 million? Like, why do you care about people's feelings? Oh yeah, where else? Where did that happen? Where did that happen? Let me think. Let me think. Oh, that's right. That's right. The moment when literally that whole thing happened and you cried in the confessionals because Caleb played you, apparently. Have some common sense next time. Maybe then you can actually do something right. And oh yeah, let's get with the final 3. Which I want to explain my opinion about that. Because Caleb, I could see that. I could respect that enough to let it go on. Julia, even if it was forced, I could see that because she was a villain. Either it was going to be MK or it was going to be Julia. No matter what was going to happen. And then we have Wayne. Why was Wayne even a part of that? I just want to know why. I mean, I know someone's going to be like, "Oh, but JJ, why in the world are we out there, trying to disrespect Wayne? Wayne deserved it. He played the better game. He was underrated. He did his job right." And to that, I said, "You're absolutely right. He actually did. He played stupid and he won the game because of that. He literally did. He was out there doing dumb, random nonsense and he won the game." Good job to him. I'm proud of you, Wayne. I never thought you would have won the competition. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. I didn't think you would ever, and I mean ever, would daggone win that stupid competition. For how much nonsense was going out of his mouth. Good job, Wayne. You're MVP, man. MVP. MVP. Like, what the heck? How is that? What are we going to do about that? Which, here's my thing. Why not Raj? Or Damien? Why couldn't none of them two be in there? Which, by the way, I feel like Raj would have had a purpose to be in there. He would have had a purpose to be in there. But guess what, y'all? I'm just a guy that's just a total drama guy that does every total drama reaction video and all that other stuff. Like, I don't do total drama reaction videos. I don't be doing that. I mean, even though, guess what, y'all? I mean, I should be doing it. Yeah, but I guess I'm just, I'm just dumb. I mean, I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, I might not be great with plots, I might not be great with all that. So, you know what? Maybe that's my fault, Maybe let me just back up a little bit when I say this stuff. And oh yeah. But anyway, even though yes, he was my favorite to win though. Damien was my favorite to win the whole thing. And Caleb, if I could see him win Loki, since usually villains never win. Okay, I see your point, Heather. But Heather was like an anti-hero, anti-villain type of. You said Alejandro, if you. Okay, I know, I get it, Alejandro, I get it. You're saying Lightning too, or you're saying Mal as well. Okay, I see your point. Some other total drama character that just came out of nowhere and just went. Yeah, I understand. Okay, I get it. Even Fiore. Why are we including Fiore? I mean, don't get me wrong. I've seen it enough, but come on, really? Are we really doing that? Are we really going out there just saying, these other characters from the other show? You know what? Okay, I'm gonna shut up. Okay, you got your point. All right, you're gonna stop trying to discredit me. All right, I got you. I understand. But let's just get to the bottom of my last opinion about how I feel. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. I don't feel like Wayne should have made top 3, and I don't. And guess what? He won the whole thing. He won the whole thing. Which, don't get me wrong. I love the underdog when underdog wins. I thought Damien would be our fan favorite underdog. Which, by the way, he didn't lose, so it didn't really matter, apparently. So, I mean, hey, Look at me, y'all. Just look at me. I thought it was a dream. I thought I was hallucinating. Just like how the Cowboys lost to daggone Green Bay, even though, look, I love Green Bay, you know what I'm saying? Love Green Bay, that's my team. And then I know my dad was mad about that whole Cowboy game. And I was just like, that's very unfortunate. That's very tough. And then I was like, nope, think again, think again. Keep thinking, man, keep thinking. Stop being a bozo. You absolute bozo. And yes, that is towards me. That's not towards y'all. We love you, guys. We love you. I shouldn't have to explain that it wasn't even towards y'all. It was just towards me. But yeah, I mean, hey, who cares? I guess. I guess not. Guess not everyone else. Unfortunately. But yeah, those are my main concerns, y'all. And look, from the fair point of it, it was a good season. Other from those things, it was a good season. I feel like it could have been a great season. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they had something going though from that show. But that's all I got to say though. I'll see y'all guys later. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion and stuff. But yeah, y'all, I will gladly see y'all later. And I also got another video coming up for y'all. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm sorry for that Junkrat gameplay with the diva thing. I literally was trying to push it in there, but my controller's acting a little funny. But you know how it is. But yeah, y'all. I'm gonna see y'all later. I'm gonna let this game play out. But yeah, y'all, I'm gonna see y'all later though. Peace and love y'all. Yee.
I'm going back in!